Hello, class, and welcome to PCN 100 0500 Foundations of Addictions and Substance Abuse Disorder. My name is Dr. Latasha McIlwaine, and I will be your instructor for this course. Class policy, attendance. Grand Canyon University requires all students enrolled in an online course to attend every week. This attendance is marked by activity in the online classroom platform. An online week for undergraduate students is Monday through Sunday, and for graduate students is Thursday through Wednesday. Students are not permitted to be out of attendance more than 2 consecutive online weeks. An administrative withdrawal will be processed should a student be out of attendance for more than 2 consecutive online weeks. Participating in classroom discussions is paramount to the learning experience. Participating in weekly discussions allows students and instructors to share experiences, investigate complicated subject matters, share expertise, and examine the content from new perspectives. For the online classroom, participation can be earned by posting substantive quality messages to fellow classmates and the instructor in the main form of the classroom. Expectations for the participation is that you make at least 2 substantive posts over 3 separate days, which does not include your initial post to the DQ. So basically, you will have day 1, you post 2, day 2, you post 2, day 3, you post 2. That will look like a total of 6. So there should be 6 posts every week. There's a medical emergency or health concern that comes up that hinder you from completing your assignments or even your discussions, please let us know. I like to maintain a open relationship with my students where they understand that they can make contact with me and I can make contact with them in regards to different concerns that may come up, and we will address those as need to. Students are also encouraged to follow up with their academic advisors if they need to do so. Final grades are submitted the next day after class is completed. So basically, after we complete the last day of the final week of class, typically I like to go in and make sure that if I'm granting extensions, that you're able to definitely be able to work a little bit extra, usually about 3 days after the class end. I will grant a little bit of an extension to make sure that all the students are able to get all of their assignments in. If you have computer issues during the course or any time at all during the 7 weeks of class, I do try to make sure that everyone understands they do have to follow up with IT. Also letting me know that everything is, things are going, how things are going with your computer issues. That is also something that I do try to make sure I stay on point with. And again, like I said, I do try to grant extensions when they are requested based on kind of what's going on in the individual's life. Any additional classroom policies and expectations for earning full participation points, you would have to review what the university policies are, which is in the Student Success Center. If there are any additional questions, please make contact with me. Again, I'm Dr. Latasha McIlwaine, and this presentation is just to go over the first part of the announcements for PCN 100-0500 Foundation of Addictions and Substance Use Disorder. Hi, this is Dr. Latasha McIlwaine. I would like to go over now substantive posts with Grand Canyon University. Basically, as you are writing your post to the discussion forum, please be mindful of what is versus what is not a substantive post. A substantive post participation consists of messages that contribute to the discussion topic in a meaningful way. Both quantity and quality are important, considering that your post will definitely be in a message area, and it would definitely have to be a substantive post because we're actually communicating back and forth in this area. For example, just a straight "I agree," "I see your point." Those are not things that are considered as a quality participation substantive post. So basically, I usually tell students to get a substantive post, you kind of want to give more of an effective response. You might share a personal experience. You might ask for clarification on something. You may also add more information that you feel would be appropriate. You can also analyze, you can interpret, you can critique, you can suggest. There's a lot of different things you can do to go ahead and make it a substantive post. You can add a new idea if you would like to. You would also, if you would like to also share personal perspectives, for example, if you want to give a relevant follow-up concern or a follow-up question, that's always something that's very helpful. Thinking about quality and the frequency as you are striking up the conversation with your colleagues. Responses and the additional messages posts by the instructors also can be counted as participation point requirements. So for this course, there are a couple of things that we want to just help individuals to determine what a substantive post is and what a non-substantive post is, to make sure you get credit. Number one, always talk about getting 3 or 4 short sentences that are not a substantive post. So you want to make sure that you are given a good sentence that is able to really horn in on, what your thoughts are, how you are. Again, you could be analyzing, critiquing, you could be giving some suggestions, or you could be sharing a personal story. An actual paragraph would be considered a substantive post, just giving some information and adding some meat to what you are actually posting. And then, of course, inquire, assess, dig deep, basically pretty much showing that you're putting some thought into the topics that you're actually discussing, and that you're trying to expand on this topic and give some more information that would be interesting and helpful in this discussion. Next thing is your references. You want to try to look at putting your references in your substantive posts as well. I tell people some of our posting could be just fine if we don't have a piece of reference in it and we're sharing a personal experience. I totally understand that, and I do look at those posts as well and may still give points, but I do tell individuals that you want to try to list a in-text citation if you can, or you can list a different type of text. Just give a citation to show that that you are utilizing resources and you know how to use sources when you're doing a reference in your substantive post. So that's another thing as well, is just to try to make sure that you are making certain that you are posting and you are responsive to your peers. Another thing is the participation expectations in the class. Basically, we are asking for the number of required posts would be 2 posts each day. The required number of days is 3 days, which should be a total of 6 posts per week. So like I always try to break it down. On day 1, you need 2 posts. On day 2, you need 2 posts. On day 3, you need 2 posts. That will equal 6 posts. If there's 7 days, when there's 7 days in a week, of course, there's 7 days in a week that we go from Monday to Sunday. I tell people, okay, so you can post on Monday 2, you can post on Tuesday, 1, you can post on Monday, 2, you can post on Wednesday, 3. And you may not post the rest of the week, but mind you, 3 of those 4 days I just mentioned, you did post 2. So you will get credit of 20 because you posted 6, even though you posted a little bit more, but you posted 6 and you posted in that format. Now I've seen where people have posted 1 on Monday, 2 on Tuesday, 1 on Wednesday, 1 on Thursday, and 1 on Friday. And that is not going to equal the full amount of posting to get full credit, because there was only 1 day where 2 was posted. So I always tell people to keep that in mind, because even though you may post, now I'll tell people too also that if you're posting 1, 2, 3 days and you post 2 for 2, you're still going to get 20 points. But if you're posting 1, 2, 3 days and you post 7, 2, 1, even though you got more than 6 posts, I can only give you the fact that you post 7 on one day, which meets the criteria because it's more than 2, and then, or it's right at 2. I can give you 2 for the second day because you post right at 2, but the third day I can't give you those points because you only posted 1. So that's how to help people figure out how to go about making sure that they are getting substantive posting. And that concludes the welcome announcement for PCN 100-0500, Foundation of Addictions and Substance Use Disorder, taught by Dr. Latasha McIlwaine at Grand Canyon University.